to share some thoughts right quick. These are my own personal thoughts. I've been just reading and keeping up on what's going on in the news in the world and Ukraine and all the shenanigans out there. So thoughts on veterans, and furthermore civilians going to Ukraine. So first of all, I get it. Civilians, let's touch on that. I get it. I understand that you may be fit. I've been watched a couple news interviews with guys.
Before the war, this trained pastry chef with no military experience had been splitting his time between the New York culinary scene and Ukraine. But after evacuating his Ukrainian wife and baby to safety in Portugal, he decided to go back. Not to fight, he says, but to help others.
I'm just trying to bring some reality to light here. I don't feel that it's the best place for somebody who's never been in the military to go and pop their cherry.
Neither of these men have any military experience. Tom runs a dog care business.
Civilians, if you want to go and do humanitarian aid, help, great. Think about what you have to bring to the table. Think about, Walking Dead, whatever, apocalyptic, scenario. Make sure you have a skill, whether it's construction, medical, but I would highly recommend you not buying kit and gear, showing up in Ukraine and getting a weapon in 3 or 6 magazines or whatever they're getting ready to go fight, because you're gonna have a rude awakening.
And on Long Island, a county executive announcing a gun drive for Ukrainian citizens fighting against Russian forces.
We want rifles, AR-15s, and shotguns.
There's that with civilians. Veterans, mental wellness. If you struggled with PTSD and mental wellness, probably not a good thing to go. You think you're gonna go get the fix. It's like a former coke addict, thinking that he's better now. And honestly, to be better, just getting a couple bumps would help him out. Wrong. If you struggled, probably not a good idea.
I am in a world of shit.
I would simply suggest to you to really look at all angles of what's going on. Really research, one, Russian warfare, how they operate, their tactics, TTPs, tactics, techniques, and procedures. How they work their supply chain. Make sure you have a good understanding of how they move onto and through a battlefield, battle space. So I would recommend that. You may be surprised, but really look at the reasons Russia invaded Ukraine and take a subjective look at it to try to understand what's really going on. Not in the media. Do not take your information from the media. If you take your information from the media and choose to go to Ukraine to help be the great liberator, you're gonna get your feelings hurt, if not dead. So there's that. But I would really look at what's going on and look at the why. Try to have a good understanding of it. I had coffee with a buddy this morning. He's an old salty first sergeant, infantry guy. And I told him, I said, man, I ain't gonna lie. If I was single, no kids, then, I wouldn't mind going back to war. But I'm not single, and I do have kids. So consider whether or not you feel that you might be more of an asset or a liability. I understand the itch. You see it. You feel like you've sat on the sideline. This is for veterans who've never deployed. You've spent, your however long you spent in the military, training for war and all that cool guy stuff, and never went. You missed the boat. You missed the big game, and now you want to go. You can learn a lot from a really good injury about yourself and about life, but it's probably best if you just avoid the injury altogether and never know what it's like to walk with crutches or wear a cast. Point being, yeah, you may have missed it. There may be a good reason for that. This does not directly involve us, and I would pose the question, who really is the bad guy here? Oh, Russia. Yeah, when I was in basic training, we had Russian green targets with a star on their head. It was little commies that we would shoot on the range, and that was in 1993. When you really start to peel back the onion and look what's going on, maybe Russia is not the bad guy here. Maybe they are, I don't know, but maybe they're not. So you're going to go in there and get involved in somebody else's business that you have no reason to be getting involved in, and potentially get injured, scarred, maimed for life, or dead. So you're pretty sure you're not going to get any life insurance.
Are you in good hands?
If you get squeamish when you see a dead deer on the side of the road, if you've never hunted, if you've never shot anything, if you've never shot a gun, you're gonna learn real quick. Trial by fire. That's not always the best way to do it. If you've never been in a fist fight, maybe I should have a whole other video. If you've never served in the military, you probably shouldn't volunteer to go to Ukraine. These are some things I want you to think about. I say this with all the love in my heart. That's all I got. I hope that brought some thought, some food for thought, something for you to chew on. All right, I love y'all, love America, love God, and I love my smoking hot wife. That's it. Later.